And we are live.
Oh, we're live? The
Oh,
Buzzo Cuzzo is live?
hey, it's working. You can hear me?
I could hear you just fine, man. We were having some
Oh,
technical
oh,
difficulties.
this is so this is so lovely. I can hear you too.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
we got some new sound effects in the building, man.
what?
We're all already stepping our game up in
Already? I
episode
mean,
2. We're in here, we're in the building.
that
Hey,
was what happened in episode 3.
man, episode 3, man, we might have some blow up dolls and robots step inside the building like, yee.
Maybe in your room.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Time out, time out. Wait a minute. Let's get
Oh,
on
he's not gonna be over here in this room. The big fun.
Hey, so first and foremost, let me just welcome you all to the Buzzo Cuzzo. Before we get started, subscribe to the channel now. And if you're a podcast type of listener, make sure you go to Spotify, look up the Buzzo Cuzzo. It's the only thing that's on there. And follow that or any other podcast platform. And also, another thing I wanted to start with today on today's episode is shout out to the 49ers improving to 2-0 on the 2019 season.
I knew you were gonna say something. I was waiting. It's exciting for you guys.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. We haven't started off 2-0 since the last time we were.
After waiting 10 years for a win, this is exciting for everybody.
Hey, no, listen, we haven't started off 2-0 since the last time we ended 2-14.
But hey, how did the Raiders do? Did they play yet?
The Raiders?
Yeah.
I don't know. My
I've
assumption
been
is
gone
that
all
they
day. Let me
lost.
be honest with you guys. I've been gone all day. I haven't been able to do any research on anything today because yesterday was a huge day in boxing.
Oh, that's right. That's right. By the way, the Raiders, they won against the Broncos last Monday. They played on Monday this week. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, you're right. It was a huge night in boxing last night. Well, I wouldn't say huge would be like Wilder versus
True.
Fury, which in my opinion, might have been affected a little bit since yesterday's fight with Fury against Otto Wallin or Wallin, however they pronounce it.
Hey, you know
How
what?
did
It almost sounded like they were calling him Valin or Valine. I was like, wait, there's no V
right?
there, but maybe the W transitioned somewhere in there. Hey, but let's listen. I'm gonna say this right now.
I'm hearing you,
He did a great job.
man.
He did
Honest,
good. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. He did better than I expected.
I
And I talked stuff and said, certain things that I didn't think he had a chance.
right.
Maybe I did say I think he had. I mean, anybody has a chance, but I didn't have the faith in him that I did with Ruiz. I can say I take it back though. He did a great job. Congratulations to him for hanging in there for 12 rounds,
Right.
something a lot of people could not do whatsoever. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, man, he took himself from nobody to somebody
Yes.
yesterday, and I mean, I myself was shocked. I didn't get to watch the fight live. I was over at a show. I was watching the Cirque du Soleil Zoomanity show,
Oh,
which is literally in the same property as the T-Mobile Arena where the fight
right.
was happening. But I opted to go watch Zoomanity instead of the fight. I
Okay.
was thinking like, you know what, why would I even go watch this fight? I'm already thinking, hey, look, Fury, he's gonna end up just clobbering this guy, Wallin. Look, I'm gonna pronounce his name right now because let's face it, man, yesterday he almost took that win. And even though he didn't take the win, he fought very hard each and every
Agreed.
round, and he was a dog with a fight in him, and he was coming to really ultimately win the fight, and he almost did. And that cut that he got in the third round, golly, man, that cut was caused by a left hook.
I want to say right now, I think he should have won. I'm sorry. I think he should have won. I think if it was anybody else with that type of cut, multiple cuts in the eye, fight's over. They would have stopped it 100%. The referee let him go. Didn't even blink at the eye one bit. Didn't even look at it. Didn't even acknowledge it until it became too much blood, and then
Right.
he had to acknowledge it. But listen, anybody else, they're out of there. You're gone. Your eyeball falling out. Your adios, amigo. There's no way. But they gave him a chance to do it, and the reason why is because they know there's going to be huge money to be made later on down the road. If they end it right then from a punch, it wasn't a headbutt. It was a legitimate punch. So with that being said, Otto would have won. and that would have been it. And then what would they have made next? Automatic rematch. So it would have pushed Wilder and Fury out for so long, and they want that money now. Look, there's
Yes, they
there's
do.
a time limit on the money.
There's definitely a time limit on the money. And let's face it, this was a top rank fight card. You know damn well Bob Arum was on the phone like, hey, do not stop this fight. If you stop this fight, the casinos are going to go berserk. Everyone's going to be cashing in big tickets.
Yes.
I even had Joey calling me or texting me during the show like, oh my gosh, Wallin's about to win.
I did.
Like I was, yeah, he was because I was supposed to put in.
You were at the show. I'm like, hey, I was getting ready to call the Circus du Soleil and go and have somebody jump on stage and be like, stop doing your stuff. We got a problem here. And the problem is that, I wanted to put money on the fight. Okay.
How much?
$25.
25 bones would have won you how much?
$300. So I think that's pretty good. And then when the cut happened, I said, oh, why didn't you put the $25 on there? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have a chance to do it. I'm out with the family. And so the whole fight, I am sweating. I'm literally having people hitting me up saying this and that. I don't want to hear it. My wife even tries to bring me, she was in there baking and she comes in and brings me some food and I couldn't even taste it.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't even look at it. The reason why is because I was like, I could have had $350 because the fight should have been stopped. It should have been done with. And they didn't do it, and I'm glad they didn't do it because I saved $25.
Hey, let me tell you something. Were the roles reversed in this fight, and Tyson cut Wallin during the third round with a punch, darn well the doctor would have said, "Hold on, timeout, come here." He would have checked the cut, and they would have stopped the fight, and they would have gave Tyson Fury the win. Darn well because it was a top-ranked card, they needed Fury to win, just like you said. They needed it to happen so that they can go get that big Wilder fight. But in my opinion, I'm sure many others might feel this way. If you do feel this way, click the like button in the description and make sure you subscribe to the page. That's big. Remember, do not forget to subscribe to the Buzzo Cuzzo on all platforms: YouTube, podcast, Instagram, all of the above. But I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about before I cut myself off with the plugs on the like? I was gonna say, I feel like it kind of hurt.
I don't know what you were talking about because you were on a roll so much. I just was in a trance of this
man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
No, actually, to be honest with you, I'm sitting here looking at myself and I'm going, my eyes are focused this way because my camera is way up there, but I have to look at you down here. I think I might have to switch this camera to be more front to me so I can actually look like I'm actually looking at people.
Yeah, everybody, where this being episode 2, we're fixing the improvements as we go. And things
like I don't be looking y'all in the eyes.
Right. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to look you all in the eye.
Now, is your camera down below or is it up above?
It's up above. Like, so I got a tripod, so I got the tripod up a little bit like that.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, mine's way up there.
I like this angle a little better too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pause.
Nice, man.
Pause. Hey, but I kind of remember what I wanted to say, actually. It was about the stock of the Wilder versus Fury fight.
Okay.
I mean, in my opinion, Fury looked very vulnerable in the fight yesterday, and he showed a lot of weaknesses. Wallin was going to the body a lot, which I feel like Wilder started to do when they fought in the Wilder Fury 1. But then he kind of abandoned that idea when he started headhunting too much,
right?
Which is why I feel like that fight ended up the result that it did with the draw. But I feel like Wallin, in a way, kind of exposed Fury a little bit by going to the body a little bit more. And then also, not to mention, Fury was giving up a lot of height in that fight because – hold on, let me see. Hold on, I just got to –
Just 1 second. Yep.
1 second.
1 second. Oh. We're recording. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so
Are we back?
We're back.
All right.
All right.
we had a couple things we had to fix with the cameras and everything real
Yes.
quick.
Right.
Yeah, man. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Wilder and Wallin. Oh yeah. I remember what I was saying now. I was talking about how Wallin, he was, going to the body a lot on Fury, and I feel like that was exposing something about Fury because what it made Fury do, I mean, other than because of the cut, but I feel like Fury was almost forced to give up his height. So he's naturally the taller guy, right?
Right.
So he has much more reach advantage, and he's able to, keep that distance. But if you notice in this fight, he was giving up his height by, crouching in there on him. But that could have been because of the body shots, or it could have been because he couldn't really see much out of the right eye. So he probably figured that by getting down a little bit more that he'd be able to stop Wallin from throwing that left hook. And it probably was a combination of both of them, honestly. But in the 12th round, Wallin caught him with a cold one, and he kind of hurt Tyson Fury. In my opinion, Wallin really held himself to a good account, and he did really well. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what Otto Wallin has coming in the future. Honestly, to me, in my opinion, Fury stock. All right, let's say this is Fury right here, and this is Wallin. Fury stock, in my opinion, went like right here after last night's fight.
Right.
Well, maybe not higher than Fury, but Wallin's stock.
No, it went high though. I don't know if it was just me, but I think Tyson Fury was very sloppy. I mean, he had no rhythm whatsoever. He felt, to me, it wasn't the same person that fought Wilder. Not even close. With Wilder, couldn't touch him. I mean, this boy, Fury, was all over the place. He was dancing around. He was doing crazy stuff. You couldn't hit him. Last night, different story.
Yeah. Fury, he's definitely known for the feints that he does. All that crazy, like,
he does
seizure.
Do that.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
It's like a seizure-like action. But what's kind of funny to me about yesterday's fight and all the blood coming from Fury's face and the hard fight between both guys, Fury and Otto Wallin, is that Fury was putting on the show for the Mexican fans, and he wanted to show, his Mexican flavor a little bit, and he was coming into the fight wearing a sombrero.
It was cold though. It was cold. That boy came out there cold.
Hey, timeout. Just by the way, you wore it backwards, Tyson Fury. You wore the sombrero backwards. So somebody get with my guy and give him a little bit of the culture. Hey, look, I'm not like
it was freezing. I said he was cold.
But it's funny to me that, he was all about the Mexican hype, and a Mexican fight is exactly what he got. So he needs to be careful what he asked for, because look what happened. He was in a tough fight, and he had to dig.
Ruiz. He doesn't want Ruiz. Ruiz would have ate him up last night. It would have been easy 2 rounds.
100%. And yeah. And, not to mention, and you could look this up on YouTube as well. John Fury, Tyson Fury's father, even said, if Fury fights Wilder like this, how he fought tonight, he's out of there.
Do you think it's the trainer? Do you think he's not getting the proper training he needs? I mean, he even said he doesn't need a trainer. He said he just needs somebody to be there to help him with his depression. He needs somebody that's going to understand him and connect with him. He needs a connection, is what he said. He doesn't need a trainer. He said he doesn't need somebody to teach him how to fight. He needs somebody to teach him how to deal with his depression. Do you think that's what we saw last night?
Honestly, if you really want to know my real opinion, I know depression and mental health issues, they're real. And, even myself at certain points in my life, I had to, bring my spirits back up and everything like that. But a part of me feels like it's all a part of the gimmick and show, and what Top Rank and Bob Arum, what they're trying to promote for Tyson Fury. I feel like they're milking this depression thing way to the core. They're milking the depression thing, and they're milking the 12th round where Tyson Fury got up from the Wilder fight. Like, they're milking both of those things. If you notice, none of these Tyson Fury fights do you hear them not mention Wilder. It's like they're milking the name Wilder. They always got to have it attached to everything they do. And along with that and the depression, I feel like they're just milking him. And I'm not saying that he never went through that, but I don't know if it's that serious, man.
Well, I mean, I don't think none of us will ever know how serious it is for him. Only he will know, right? And I really hope that he does figure out what he needs, whether it is, a boxing coach to really help him with that, and then maybe see somebody, also have somebody there to help him right after he's done sparring and getting his good training in. Then immediately he can go talk to somebody that can help relate, and help him find himself a little better. But I do think that intertwining both of them in the same person is
Right.
causing a conflict of interest. I do believe that he's getting some training, but I think that it falls so much of a connection between the because both the trainer and himself both had depression, that I
Right.
think that it's taking away from the actual training. It's like okay, let's use music for an example, right?
Right.
You being producing,
Mm.
you also make beats for others, but
Right.
you also made beats for yourself, right?
Right.
So let's say all of a sudden you were like, you know what? I think I'm gonna make a beat and I'm gonna send it off to a real known artist. And
Right.
make this beat, and the beat's really good.
Right.
You like it. You like it so much you write a song to it.
Right.
Is there a chance that any artist out there is gonna get that beat? Probably not, especially if the song came out really good, right?
Right. Right. Right.
If you don't need money and you're like, you know what? I'm not doing it for the money. I really like this beat and I think I have a hit. You're gonna keep that beat. Okay. That's a
Right.
smart thing to do. That's what I would do. So I think with this situation, it's kind of like the same thing, except for with boxing. This guy goes in there and he could just teach him how to box and teach him
Right.
how to be a great boxer. But guess what? He teaches him how to box, and then all of a sudden, it's good, but there's something else. He needs some help too because he has depression. So all of a sudden they start talking about it, and now they're taking it away from that one thing. That one hit for Tyson Fury is no longer a hit for Tyson Fury because that trainer needs a little bit of that. He likes it for himself because
Right.
he needs to talk to somebody too. So I think there's
So
a huge conflict of interest with this.
so maybe Tyson Fury needs to switch trainers.
I do believe so. I do. I believe so. Not that the guy's a bad trainer. He's 24 years old. That's
He's
great.
young.
Huh.
He's
He's
very
so
young. His name is Ben Davison. Ben Davison. And you know what kind of showed his age actually in the fight? The fight During the fight, they thought that the cut was caused by a accidental headbutt,
right.
but it was caused by a punch, and that could be devastating to the fighter in the corner. You know what I mean?
I,
Because if they thought it was a headbutt and nobody ever told them that it was indeed by a punch, that fight could have been stopped, man.
oh, for sure. They should have known it was a punch. Fury didn't turn it up until they brought him to the corner and said, "Hey, we need to look at your eye." And then all
Right.
of a sudden, it became a big deal. Then he stepped it up. But did you see Otto take his glove and rub it inside that cut? Did you see
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Oh
saw
man.
that. That was pretty dirty, man.
Oh, that was dirty.
I think
That,
that was
that was big time dirty.
I think that was right before the physician called Tyson to to the side of the ring just to inspect the cut one more time. Right before Tyson kind of started turning up the volume of his punches a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that, man. I don't know, man. Like for me, I feel like Top Rank, they're trying to over promote Tyson Fury too much, and they're trying to force him to be like some knockout puncher. One of the commentators during the fight said, "Oh, one punch by Tyson Fury and everything could change." I don't know about that, man. He's
Oh,
not
I think
power.
that
His
was it Tim Bradley?
I don't think Tim Bradley was commentating yesterday's
No,
fight,
he
was he?
was. Yeah, he was. Actually,
It
Brad
t-
Timothy Bradley was actually there was one fight. I don't remember who exactly it was. I think it was Zapata. I forgot who Zapata fought, but I think it was the very first fight that happened. And they're in there for like 20 seconds, and Bradley says, "Oh man, they're not doing nothing. They're not even throwing anything." And
right,
then one of the other commentators said, "Well, dude, it's only been 20 seconds. They're still warming up." you know and he was just like, all these fighters are soft nowadays, these fighters are soft, and he was talking so much smack about these fighters. And I get it. Tim Bradley would go in there and throw. Tim Bradley fought so good. I liked him as a fighter. Okay, he went in there and gave it everything. I mean, to
Yeah,
the point where he was hospitalized for like a couple days, not being able to leave the emergency
yeah.
because
That fight was
yeah,
crazy. That
his
that was
face.
against Provoknikov.
Yes, it
I'm saying the
was.
name wrong. You
No,
know that fight. That fight was crazy.
yeah. Oh, it was crazy.
Hey man, I just found this article right here. I'm gonna read it to
Okay.
you. All right. It's let me see. Let me make sure I shout out the website that I'm getting this from. It's mir.co.uk. It's a UK website. All right. So even the UK, they're posting about this. Okay. And Tyson Fury being from the UK. So the title says Tyson Fury trainer hits back at fighter's dad after explosive rant. Tyson Fury's trainer Ben Davison has fired back at the heavyweight's dad after John Fury called for him to be sacked. John Fury was scathing in his criticism of Davison and his team following Tyson Fury's points victory over Otto Wallin in Las Vegas on Saturday night. Tyson Fury was forced to overcome a deep cut just right above his eye in the third round to labor to a bloody victory. John Fury had told BT Sports he wouldn't have even beat Alexander Povetkin on that performance. I'm being honest. He's my son, but I'm a straight talker. That's the worst I've ever seen my son.
Agreed. Agreed.
Dang.
You know the old saying, "Daddy knows."
Hey,
Hey,
man.
hey, Daddy knows that one.
Yeah. He's telling the truth, man. He's telling the truth. So,
Man, how does that feel though? Think about it, man. Like it's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job.
yeah.
And you go there, and then you come back, and you're hearing that your dad is saying you did not a good job. Do you care? I mean, maybe if you're close to your dad, yes, you definitely will care.
For sure. I mean, every fighter has their critics, and I'm pretty sure they have a good method of ignoring all the critics and everything like that.
Right.
But
Right.
if it's your father, and I believe he's close with his father,
Yeah.
that's one that'll get to you. So that should be some motivation for Tyson Fury right there. His own dad was telling him, "Hey man, you look like crap today." And hey man, a lot of it could have been because he couldn't see that well because of the cut. But at the end of the day, they put Otto Wallin in there as a tune-up fight, as somebody who was supposed to get ran over. It was supposed to be a showcase fight, and Otto Wallin made it a damn hard showcase fight. And in fact, he looked very vulnerable in that fight, and it definitely wasn't a good look. And for Fury at the end of the fight to say or to call out Wilder and say, "Wilder, I'm coming for you,
Oh,
bum."
that was a no. Yeah, you
That's
don't.
just dumb. You didn't look good enough to call any undefeated fighter a bum. Period.
No. He should have said, "I need a rematch with Otto." Honestly, because
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that look, Otto probably had nerves. It was his first time fighting this huge of a
Mhm.
fight, and
Yeah.
I think next time around his confidence levels through the roof. I think a rematch should be given. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, he didn't deserve it. That's stupid." Oh, but look, at the end of the day, he survived Tyson Fury.
Right.
I mean, this is a guy who gave Deontay Wilder a huge run for his money, big time.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I tell you what, man, I'm actually kind of a fan of Otto Wallin now. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight somebody, somebody in the near future.
Yeah, I agree. Well, especially since he knows what he's doing now, and he knows, okay, look, we did this game plan. I
Mm,
think a fight too. I think a second fight would be great because he knows what he has to do now. He figured it out. He just has to just go through and do it earlier. And I think unfortunately for him, he took some big shots. I think he focused on that cut a little too much, and he just kept trying to go for that cut instead of trying to go to the body.
right.
I think he should have focused on the body a little more and slow Tyson down.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. I doubt they'll try to do a rematch with him. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be done with Otto Wallin. They're going to want that Wilder rematch soon. And they keep on mentioning, oh, we got this contract for February 22nd. But I keep hearing through the grapevine that Wilder wants to get the winner of Joshua Ruiz next.
Of
So,
course he does. Okay, so let's talk about that.
yeah.
Okay, let's look. Okay, this is what I gotta say: Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. Wilder 100%. He hits too hard. Anthony Joshua cannot take that punch.
I agree. I totally
Ruiz
agree.
versus Wilder?
Yeah.
Damn. I don't I know I said last time I didn't know, but this time I think I would feel more comfortable giving Ruiz a shot at Wilder if he can get on the inside and just
Pause.
go at him crazy. Pause. If he can get on the inside and give it to him like nobody's given it to him before. Man, I wish I had some love music to play right now when I said that.
Hey man, hit them with the sound effects again, man.
Man, what do you want to hear right now? I mean,
Give us a laugh track or something.
you want to hear something funny? I know, stop it. I know I'm funny. No. Oh, you guys are too much.
Yeah, man, laughing is contagious, man.
Hey, man, I wish I had some real people here in the audience that'll laugh. But we
They
got
are here.
something funny though.
They are here in the audience. They're on YouTube watching this right now,
Go
right?
ahead and, type of haha.
Type a haha in the
If you're
comments,
feeling
man.
us. And please, you guys, subscribe. It's so important to us. And if you have any questions and you would like some answers to them, you want to pick our brain, you want to know it, because last night when I was watching the fight, there was a lot of people that was responding to me, asking me questions, asking me what I thought about the fight, or just vice versa, just having the dialogue. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing like it. It's so much fun. And people saying, wow, thanks for responding. Like, it should be what should be. You should respond. You know, we'll never be too big to not respond to you guys. But
Right.
please, you know, there's going to be some times where we might not see it if a lot of comments are coming in. You got to give us a chance, or just type it again, and that way we can see it. But I do want to shout out everybody who joined last night. We appreciate it. We don't ever want to leave you guys hanging. So just so you know, it's much appreciated. And we're here for you guys. Any questions, comments, leave it below. Subscribe. You know, right now, our goal, what is our goal? Do we even have a goal? We should have a goal.
We should put it out there right now so that we can have it out in the universe and on YouTube and everything.
A realistic goal. I want to have a realistic goal. I don't want to say 1 billion. I don't want to do that. Come on.
100
subscribers.
100 subscribers on YouTube. Get us to 100 subscribers and we'll do
karaoke.
We'll do karaoke.
Wait, we will?
Fuck. Yes.
I really was joking, but okay, we're gonna do karaoke then.
We'll do karaoke.
You guys get to pick the song. How about that?
So if you made it to this point, we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to that 100. If we get to 100, we will post on YouTube. Maybe not on YouTube. Maybe on Instagram. Us doing karaoke. Follow the Instagram, the Buzzo Cuzzo, and subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe.
And you guys will see Jimmy sing karaoke.
Damn.
By the way, I am Joey Rico. If you need to get a hold of me, comment below. Ask me some questions. Ask Jimmy some questions. We're here for you guys.
Yes, indeed.
You know, sometimes vice versa. One of us might respond to you. So please, if there's a particular person you're looking to talk to, I'm Joey. That's Jimmy. You know, hit us up. Give us a holler.